100-yard dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on second down. Newton, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Tack McKinley in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Back to throw, Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And taken right on the 30. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch tight, tight end's right. Watch tight, tight end's right. Hey, get up!
To throw is Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver, but it'll be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a give right side. Green. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Down. Ready. Ready. Cut. Mike, 50. 25 tonight. Mike. Tackle. Let's go. Hey, South. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Returnable for Grant. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Ready, blue 80. Hey, check 10. Check 99. Blue 80 set.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman. 48 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down coming off that great performance, NFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But long touchdown run there, nobody was stopping it.
Yeah, good luck for that because that was an explosive run. You know, in the NFL, they describe that as any run over 10 yards. Some teams say 15. He went over 20-plus on that one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Newton now to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. On 1st and 10, Newton. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Grady Jarrett able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Now Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Hammond. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Newton. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hammond. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Gun. Right there.
Throwing is Newton. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up.
And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thomas, the intended target.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm here all day. Ready to go.
Ito Smith, his first carry. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Ready. Double tight, guys, double tight.
On 3rd down, Green. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got you, son.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one goes for 36 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Julio Jones, the lone receiver left. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front. And it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball.
Yeah, boy. That's our ball. Every time. Keep putting that ball on the grass. That's our ball.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Check before he falls to Mike. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, they'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. A gain there of 21 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready? Ready. 54. You. Ready?
From the 25 on second down. Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. Newton now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Hammond. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on what ought to be the final act of this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the penalty, here's Freeman. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Check. Check 24.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Down. Get it. We're waiting. It's 59. Mike the 59. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Now a give right side. It's Green. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Alert flare, 51. Hey, ready for that?
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And the Panthers first down.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Check, 59. Check tight.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and 6.
Ready, back 25. 3, Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's complete to Grant. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
That's good for a Falcons
kickoff now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. On first down, Freeman. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Hey, 59, ready. Check 31, check 31. Got it.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
59, Mike. Check, 59. Hey, Zoo.
Here's Ryan to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll square up, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They'll run on first down. It's Green, and he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
First and 10. Ready.
Check, 59. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Get out.
On first down, Freeman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd down, Green. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Marcus Green with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons push further out in front. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 29-yard line.
After the run, Newton going to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Here's McCaffrey. Calais Campbell on the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's Newton. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Tack McKinley bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Newton. And he's going to go down again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Shit. 54, stop.
Running right, this is Freeman. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Watch the whip.
80 weapons. Check. Hey, express. Check. Hey, wait.
Ryan wants to throw it. He's going to let this go for the end. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, You tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now a first down throw for Newton. He's going to let it fly, trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.